You just finished a project. Client's happy. Work looks great. Everyone's celebrating. Then you sit down to do the numbers and realize you just lost money. Again. Sound familiar? Most contractors have no idea if they're making or losing money until the job is over. By then, it's too late to fix anything. I used to be that contractor. I thought I was profitable because I was busy, had money in the bank because clients were paying deposits, but I wasn't tracking the three numbers that actually determine profit. Cost me over $200,000 in losses before I figured it out. Now I track these things on every single project, every single week. Haven't lost money on a job in 3 years. These three numbers will tell you exactly where you stand on every project and what to do about it before it's too late. First thing you must track, actual labor hours versus estimated labor hours. This is where most projects go sideways. You estimate 200 hours for a kitchen remodel, sounds reasonable. But if you're not tracking actual hours daily, you have no idea if you're on track or you're bleeding money. I had a bathroom project that estimated 120 hours. Seemed straightforward, but I wasn't tracking the daily hours. Week 3, I finally added them up, and we were at 180 hours and only 60% complete. Project that should have taken 120 hours ended up taking 280 hours. Turned out a $15,000 profit into $8,000 loss. All because I wasn't tracking labor in real time. Now, every crew member logs their hours daily. I remember them weekly, and if you're trending over estimate, I know immediately and can adjust. Second thing to track is actual material costs versus budgeted material costs. This includes waste, theft, damage, and change orders. You budget $25,000 for materials, sounds controlled, but materials have a way of multiplying. Extra trips to supply house, damaged goods that need replacing, tools that walk off of job sites. I track a recent project where we budgeted $18,000 for material. The actual cost was $24,000. Where did the extra $6,000 go? $1,500 in damaged materials from poor storage, $2,000 in extra trips because we didn't order everything up front, $1,200 in tools that disappeared, $1,300 in waste from poor planning. None of these were in the original budget, but they're all real costs that kill profit. Third critical number, actual timeline versus estimated timeline. This affects cash flow, crew scheduling, and client relationships. If you estimate 6 weeks for a project, plan your crew schedule around that. Book the next job to start week 7. Then the project runs 10 weeks. Now your crews are sitting idle between jobs. Your next client is angry about delays. Your cash flow is screwed because payments are tied to completion milestones. I had a project estimated at 8 weeks that ran 14 weeks. Cost me $12,000 in crew downtime, $8,000 in client penalties, and nearly lost my next client. Timeline overruns don't just delay one project, they cascade through your entire schedule. Here's how I track these three numbers: weekly project reviews every Friday afternoon. Labor hours, compare actual hours worked this week to estimated hours for work completed. Are we on pace or falling behind? Material costs, review all material purchases this week. Any surprises, any waste, any theft, anything that shows on a receipt that is not part of your project. Compare your actual progress to the estimated project. Are we on schedule for completion? This 30-minute weekly review catches problems while there's still time to fix them. Don't wait until the project's over to discover you're losing money. These three numbers create an early warning system for project problems. Labor hours trending 20% over estimate. Time to investigate. Are we working inefficiently? Did we underestimate the scope? Do we need more skilled workers? Material costs running too high. Time to tighten controls, better storage, more accurate ordering, theft prevention measures. Timeline falling behind? Time to add resources or adjust the schedule before it affects the project. Catching these problems early means you can still salvage profitability. Waiting until the end means you're just documenting losses. Once you've identified problems, you need strategies to fix them. Labor overruns, add more workers, work longer hours, or negotiate timeline extensions with the client. Sometimes eating the cost is cheaper than dragging out the project. You should not have both a project that runs over budget and over time. Tighten inventory controls and improve storage. Implement tool tracking system. Prevention is cheaper than replacement. Timeline delays should be communicated with clients immediately. Adjust expectation, negotiate extensions as needed, and add resources to get back on track. The key is making these adjustments while you still have options, not after you committed to a loss. Here's how these three numbers determine your profitability. Estimate profit equals contract price, estimated labor cost, estimated material cost, overhead allocation. Actual profit equals contract price minus actual labor costs, actual material costs, and overhead allocations. These differences between estimated and actual is your tracking effectiveness. Good tracking keeps your numbers close, poor tracking creates huge gaps. I've seen contracts lose 50% of estimated profit because they didn't track these basics. Labor ran over, materials disappeared, timeline extended, death by 1,000 cuts. Tracking these three numbers transform your entire business approach. You can start estimating more accurately because you have real data from previous projects. You identify which types of work are most profitable and focus on those. You catch problems early and fix them before they become disasters. You communicate better with clients because you know exactly where your project stands. Most importantly, you stop losing money on projects. Every job becomes profitable because you're managing the three things that determine profit. My profit margins increased almost 40% just by implementing and tracking systems. Same work, same prices, better management. So start tracking these three numbers on your current projects: labor, material costs, and timeline progress. Review them weekly, not monthly. Create systems in place to make sure you're using things like project management software. It doesn't matter what system you're using as long as you can use it consistently. Drop a comment and let me know which of the three numbers you're already tracking. I bet most of you aren't tracking any of them. Subscribe for more project management systems that protect your profits because you can't manage what you don't measure. Stop flying blind on your projects. Track these three numbers and watch your profits improve immediately.